What's up everyone, welcome back. If you clicked on this video, first of all, I'm proud of you. Admitting that you're struggling with binge eating takes a lot of courage. I remember I had it for a long time and hid it from everyone that I was close with by any means. Most people never acknowledge it, and for that reason they keep spiraling. But the fact that you're here already means that you've taken the first step towards breaking free. In today's video, I'm going to give you a complete guide on how to stop binge eating. Not just quick tips, but the exact mindset shifts, strategies, and daily habits that help me overcome binge eating after years of struggling. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor or a therapist, so if you're suffering from an eating disorder, consider seeking professional help. This is serious. What I'm going to share today is based on my personal experience. Feel free to take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. The very first thing you need to understand is the body doesn't binge before the mind decides to. What does this mean? Well, every action, restricting, binging, purging, it all starts with a thought. And if you can control your thoughts, you can control your behavior. When I realized that my mind was the real battleground, everything changed. So I stopped seeing binge eating as me, and I started to think of it as a little demon within my head. It's something that fed on my choices. If I binged, the demon got stronger. If I resisted, the demon starved and weakened. So the first step is separate yourself from the binge urge. You're not your urges, you're the one who decides whether to feed them or not. Step 2, when you feel the urge to binge rise, don't stand there and stare at the food and try to fight it, just remove yourself completely. Get up and leave the kitchen, go for a walk, call a friend, journal what you're feeling, pray or meditate if you're spiritual, take a hot shower, drink tea, even go to bed, whatever it is, okay? The goal is to redirect your brain's attention away from the food until the urge passes through positive action. Since you can't think your way into positive thinking, you can only act your way there. Remember, the binge urge is temporary. It feels powerful, but it always fades if you don't give in. I promise. Step 3, identify and eliminate your trigger foods. For me, the biggest trigger was sugar. If I ate one cookie, I felt like I had to eat the entire box in one sitting. So what did I do? I stopped buying them. If binge foods aren't in your house, they can't control you. Don't waste your money stacking up on just one last time. If it's in your pantry, you'll eat it. It's not a discipline thing, it's an environment. Step 4, change the story you tell yourself. I used to repeat, I have a binging problem. I have a disorder. I just can't stop myself from eating too much. My body just does what it wants to. But those labels kept me stuck. Instead, I reframed it. These are just habits that I've repeated, and habits can be broken. When you stop labeling yourself as sick and start seeing your behaviors as changeable patterns, you can take your power back. Step 5, eat consistently and don't starve yourself. From personal experience, binging often comes after restriction. If you starve yourself all day, your body and mind will fight back at night. I know this struggle very, very intimately because during my first bodybuilding prep, when I was drastically dieting down, I struggled with binge eating at night, especially after the show. And this is when I came up with the sneak it in system. I realized it wasn't sustainable or healthy for me to try to make a massive change with massive restriction and try to get in an amazing shape. So I found that sneaking in the things that would help somebody get in shape slowly and sustainably helped me out. What do I mean by this? For example, with intention, make room for a dessert at night. Get rid of the all or nothing mindset and make room for things that you enjoy. Because of this, even during my bodybuilding prep, I was still eating pizza, ice cream, tacos, etc. But after planning to have a little treat at night, I was still able to achieve my body goals without shame. And if you want a full in-depth breakdown of the sneak it in system, click the first link in the description. Step 6, reframe food. There are no bad foods. Labeling food as good or bad gives them power. For example, if I ate one cookie, I thought, well, I already lost that, I might as well eat the whole box. But when you realize food is just food, it's neutral, it loses full control over it. Everything in moderation is fine. And this is why I simply just tell my clients to track their macros. I don't even give them a preset macro limit at the beginning of my coaching, because I found just tracking what you eat and being intentional with it can allow you to lose 5 to 10 pounds in the first couple of weeks alone, just due to consciousness and intention. The truth is, no matter how you get your macros in, whether it's rice or cookies, it still does the same thing to your body. So instead of labeling food good or bad, just track the actual nutritional value, at least at first, and you won't feel as bad if you eat that cookie. You'll understand how many calories it was and what small adjustments you might have to make to sneak it in. Okay, step 7, a support system. This one's massive. It's a lot harder to fall off any goal you have with a support system around you that wants you to succeed. That either may be not having food choices that will hold you back in plain sight, or having friends and family that cheers you on. The truth is, it's easier to let yourself down than others sometimes. That's human nature. If you have people holding you accountable, it makes it much harder to not succeed. Step 8, redirect your energy. Binge eating thrives when food is the center of your life. The key is to put that same energy into your goals and dreams. When I focus on my ambitions, my career, and building the life I wanted, I no longer had to worry about food all day. Because let's be real, most of our binge eating happens at night. Why? Because that's when our vibrational energy drops, which leads to low quality thoughts, which leads to low quality actions. If you can keep yourself a little busier at night, you can keep your vibrational energy higher, leading to higher quality actions. I'm not saying you have to be a workaholic at night like I am, but work on something bigger than your body and the obsession will start to fade. And step 9, here's the biggest thing. At the the end of the day, you have to make a decision for yourself. When the urge comes, say, I'm not gonna binge, I'm not gonna starve myself. It's not easy. I've relapsed dozens of times over the last 3 years, but every time I got back up, I weakened the demon a little bit more and now I'm free. If you take away anything from this video, let it be this: the war is in your mind. Once you take back control of your thoughts, you take back control of your life. Binge eating doesn't define you, it's just a habit you can break. Start small, stay consistent, and every time you choose not to feed that demon, you're one step closer to freedom. I recommend watching the first video in the description. It's a complete in-depth guide of my sneak it in system, which helps busy adults like yourself sneak in small lifestyle tweaks to sustainably burn fat and get in the best shape of your life early. The same system my client David did to lose 50 pounds in about 6 months, and the same system that Paul did to lose about 60 pounds in 6 months. And if you want my personal help, apply for one-on-one coaching below in the description in the second, so we can ensure you break this habit, change your mindset, and enjoyably live life while getting and staying lean forever. Most importantly, do not give up. You are not broken, you are human. I've overcome this, and you can too.